ignored urinary retention symptoms until he lost control. Here's what happened to his body. Imagine this. You're living your life, tackling your day as usual, when a subtle discomfort sneaks in. You brush it off, thinking it's no big deal. Maybe you feel the urge to pee more often, or you can't seem to fully empty your bladder. You promise yourself, I'll deal with it later. But then, later comes with a shocking twist. This is the story of Mark, a 45-year-old man whose reluctance to address his urinary retention symptoms spiraled into a medical emergency. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of ignoring what your body is trying to tell you. If you've ever shrugged off a health issue, thinking it'll sort itself out, you'll want to stick around. Because by the time Mark decided to act, his body had already paid the price. Mark first noticed something was off when his bathroom trips became frustratingly frequent, yet oddly unsatisfying. He'd sit there, waiting for relief, but only a trickle would come. Some nights, he'd wake up 4 or 5 times just to pee, robbing him of sleep. But life was busy, and he figured it was just stress or age catching up with him. After all, doesn't everyone deal with this at some point? Wrong. As the weeks passed, the symptoms worsened. Mark began experiencing discomfort in his lower abdomen, a dull, constant ache that wouldn't go away. Then, one day, the unimaginable happened. He couldn't urinate at all. His bladder felt like it was about to explode, and the pain was unbearable. Desperate, he rushed to the ER, where doctors discovered the true extent of the damage. Mark had acute urinary retention, a condition where the bladder can't empty completely or at all. In his case, his bladder had been silently stretching beyond its limits, causing severe damage to the muscles and nerves that control urination. This condition didn't happen overnight. It had been building for months, if not years. Let's talk about what happens when urinary retention goes unchecked. Your bladder is like a balloon. It's designed to expand and contract, storing urine until it's time to let it out. But when something blocks the flow, like an enlarged prostate, a urinary tract infection, or even neurological issues, urine gets backed up. Over time, this pressure can damage the bladder walls, making them weak and floppy, or worse, causing them to lose their ability to contract altogether. But that's not all. Prolonged urinary retention can lead to kidney damage. When urine can't leave the bladder, it starts to flow backward, putting stress on the kidneys. In Mark's case, the doctors found early signs of hydronephrosis, a condition where the kidneys swell from too much retained urine. Left untreated, this could have led to permanent kidney failure. So, what caused Mark's condition? The doctors pinpointed an enlarged prostate, a common culprit in men over 40. As the prostate grows, it can press against the urethra, making it harder for urine to pass. In Mark's case, the prostate had become so obstructive that it essentially turned off the flow of urine, creating a medical emergency. The solution? Mark underwent a catheterization to relieve the immediate pressure, and then a surgical procedure to address the underlying prostate issue. While he was lucky to avoid permanent kidney damage, his bladder function will never be the same. The months of ignoring the problem had caused irreversible nerve damage, leaving him reliant on medication and lifestyle changes to manage his condition. Mark's story is a stark reminder that even minor health issues can escalate into serious problems if left untreated. Urinary retention isn't just an inconvenience, it's a sign that something deeper is wrong. Whether it's caused by an enlarged prostate, nerve issues, or even a side effect of medication, the sooner you address it, the better your chances of avoiding complications. So, how do you know when to seek help? Here are the warning signs: difficulty starting urination, a weak or interrupted stream, the feeling of incomplete emptying, frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom, or any pain or discomfort in your lower abdomen. If you experience any of these symptoms, don't wait. A quick visit to your doctor could save you from a long-term struggle or worse. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect. Our bodies are constantly communicating with us, sending signals when something's wrong. It's easy to ignore those signs, especially when life gets busy. But as Mark's story shows, ignoring the problem doesn't make it go away. It only makes it worse. If this story resonated with you, don't just scroll away. Hit that like button, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe for more real-life health stories that could save a life. And while you're here,